Hello friends, I'm Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. And judging by yesterday, wow. There's more of you here than I thought. Usually when I ask for responses, first of all, thank you for responding. Usually when I ask for responses, I get like 5. We got a ton yesterday, and I have not read any of them. I've purposely avoided them because I was going to save that. I'm going to read them here, and we'll see what happens. I did read an email from a gal in Australia. Thank you very much for the email. I'm the kind of person that if what happened, I saw the email on my phone, and I didn't read the preview, so I just clicked it because I don't get a whole lot of emails to that address, and so I read it. Or I might have opened it on the air, but whatever. I'm the kind of person that if I click the email and then I'm like, oh, I should read this later, chances are I won't unless it's unread. And you know, checking the box that says mark unread that's just there's too much effort. So if I start reading an email, I have to finish it and respond, or I'll never remember to do that. So your rest of your comments I have not looked at yet. I've intentionally avoided them today because we just wanted to do it here on air. But before we get to that, I did a lot of soul searching after I made that video yesterday last night, because it was like I shouldn't have put that video out. I really don't like doing the complaining on camera. Or the announcing that I'm going to do something, because it never works out the way that I intended it when I say it. And because I don't edit this, because this is a one-take show, I might edit today just to keep the length down. But because I don't edit it and it's a one-take show, what I say sometimes isn't thought out very well. And so I wasn't trying to say yesterday anything other than I feel like I need to do something more for the show, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. It has nothing to do with you, okay? Just wanted to let you know that. And after last night thinking about it, I realized that maybe I'm doing the right thing already, right? There are so many channels on YouTube of like smiling, happy people who have tons of wealth and travel all over the place and can afford every new toy that most of us could never afford, and live these extravagant lifestyles that most of us will never live. And they have millions of viewers and go to all these shows, and that's great and that's entertaining for a lot of people. But there's very few people on YouTube that are just being normal. And so I realized last night that I do have a different perspective because I'm not extravagantly rich, because I'm not insanely hyper happy, because I live paycheck to paycheck on a very small budget in a very tiny town in a rural part of West Virginia. Maybe that is special, and maybe that's what I need to embrace. And I haven't got to your comments yet, but I know from the past that people say I respect your, I really look forward to your candidness. And the email that I got last night was from a gal who said she's never connected with anybody about, or found anybody to talk too much about mental health, and she respected that I talk about that here on the thing. So I think, as much I was being hard on myself yesterday, I think is what was happening. And I think what I'm doing is the right thing. I just need to figure out a way to structure it a little more better. Because that's the thing. All right, before I ramble on and forget to read your comments, let's just read your comments, because I have 22 of them according to my little app here. So we will start first in, first out. Is that how it goes? FIFO? Okay. I have a, let's see, Liarbug said, I'm a curious person. I have one question. I don't think you should do this, but I just ponder about this sometimes. How and when would you shut down your channel? That's a really good question. And number one, I would never shut down the channel. Part of the purpose, like my internal personal purpose for this channel, is to leave something for my kids to see, that they can go back and say, this was my dad. Because who knows? I could end up, my brother-in-law was 44. Okay? So part of the intention of this channel is I want to create something like a hard thing, a hardened memory of me for anybody who wants to remember. Not necessarily my kids, but specifically and especially for them, I'm journaling our lives through this. So I will never shut it down and delete it. When would I stop doing it? I think that answer is beyond me at this point. It's such a relief for me to come down here and do this. I don't see myself ever wanting to stop it unless it becomes like a legal liability or something like that. And then I would probably just say, hey guys, we're going to cut this off at whatever episode, and it's been a run, right? So it would be a fairly sudden thing. I probably wouldn't prolong it. Kirioni, some thoughts since you asked. Like the narrative of your life. Watching the shed gives me a sense of what's going on in another person's life. A lot of what you share I can relate to and appreciate your honesty. I have interest in board game design, so those stories are of special interest. Yes. See, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. I think I'm doing the right thing. I just was hard on myself about it because I'm just a normal guy. There's nothing special. I have a day job, you know. Challenges. Unless your video is topical, I have a hard time sharing it. It feels like it's trying to share a page out of a great book. I agree with you. Like, I don't want to do challenges. I'm really not interested in it. Oh, no. That's not what you were saying. Okay, unless your video is topical, I have a hard time sharing it. It feels like it's trying to share a page out of a great book. Too much backstory. Yeah, I don't want to start in every episode with, let me fill you in on what's been going on. So I can agree with that. And I can see what you mean by it's really hard to share my videos because it's not like a episode. It's like just a part of a narrative, a much, much bigger narrative. So, yeah. We'll get to that later. And then, yes, some topic ideas. The one thing that I do appreciate on this one is the recap show. I've been trying to figure out how to do that. Some of the other YouTubers that I watch have like Friday recaps, and I really love that idea. I just have to figure out if I don't want to do it on Fridays, but maybe that's the right time to do it. Just recap the previous week or something like that. Or I might bring back, I was doing the Saturdays on Patreon for a while, or Sundays on Patreon. I might continue doing something similar. But I'm not going to put it won't be a Patreon exclusive. I'm not going to ask money. Josh says, emulating someone else's success will only bring no disappointment. I completely agree with you, Josh. The shed concept is unique, and you should build off of that. But you need to sit down and figure out what you want to do. I completely agree with you. Thank you, Josh. Sir Bob says, guilty pleasure. I would like your boring day to be brainstorm game ideas, live stream, make the best game ever. I used to do a live hangout game design show with a bunch of guys from Building the Game podcast. I might do it again. Good idea. Wayne says, potpourri content works for me. Thanks, Wayne. Wouldn't mind hearing about board game stuff every once in a while. Maybe you could shift topics. BG Monday, Shop Tuesday, Q&A Wednesday, Rant Thursday. The other person said that too. The person I said I read the email. I tried that last year. I tried to have Movie Mondays. I don't remember what Tuesdays were. Workshop Wednesdays, Gaming Thursdays, and Friend Fridays, which is when I tried to share your content. I asked for people to send videos and pictures and stories that I could share. And I got very little response to the Friend Friday stuff. And eventually the other topics just kind of fell aside. But I might try to do that more frequently again, because it was a fun challenge for me to say, all right, today is Board Game Thursday. What am I going to talk about? Or Workshop Wednesday. It's kind of a challenge to say, all right, we're talking about bandsaws today. And I just go, right? So that actually was fun for me. But I felt like the content was, every time I would do those, people would say, I miss hearing about your day. And so then it was, well, do I talk more about my day or do I talk about bandsaws? And then if I talked more about my day, then it was difficult to share the video about the bandsaw because now you have all this front-running stuff about my day. So I got to figure that part out, and I agree with you, though. I agree with everybody who suggested that. Let's put it that way. Michael said, I'll plug the t-shirts. I love mine. I've had 4 people ask me about it so far while wearing it, so they're comfortable, wonderful articles of clothing that offer free advertising for a channel. Thank you so much, Michael. And Hubbard's Handmade liked his too. I will say, those 2 guys, Michael and Ryan, I screwed their shirts up the first time. If you're not aware what we're talking about, I sell shirts. This is the screen. I print shirts, and I'll ship it to you for $15. And theirs I screwed up, and I went back to buy the shirts, and they were both sizes that were outside of the normal range and colors that were understocked. Specifically, they bought green during St. Patrick's Day. So I had to buy a different fabric for theirs. It wasn't the 100% cotton like the website says. I was really nervous about sending it to them. But they liked them. And I actually really like the feel of their shirts better than the cotton. It's actually really similar to this shirt. So I might switch to blended shirts. Okay, Joel says, my favorite thing is variety. Keep us guessing so you'll never know what you do. Every once in a while, show something you made or working on. Also, occasionally have other characters, like family members, like you've done before, and show that we're up to. Yes. You could encourage fan mail and share what people send. I have tried that. And maybe it's time to try it again. We have the wall back here. This was all stuff that was sent in by people. And if you go to thedailyshed.com / I think it's shed wall, or it might just be the wall. Just click on the menu and go. You'll find the wall. You can see pictures of all the stuff that's hanging up here. So I did do fan mail. I do have a P.O. Box. P.O. Box 8023, Fairmont, West Virginia 26555. Address is right here and in the description. If you want to send me fan mail, I am happy to oblige opening whatever the heck it is you send. And it can be, I'm perfectly, you know, I watch a few creators that do fan mail, and their audiences send them just completely whack job stuff, and it's actually really fun to watch them open. Like, why the hell did you send me an inflatable unicorn? That's weird. And so that's fun. So I did do fan mail, and I thought it'd be really fun to have like a permanent installation of fan stuff. It just never really took off, so I kind of stopped plugging it. So you guys are awesome. It's kind of funny because so much of this is stuff that we have attempted, but I really, really, really like it. So you guys seem to love the variety. That's a good thing. So have viewers send in clips and show them. I tried it, and again, so I think the funny thing is I got away from all of this stuff at a time when I didn't have such a tight core audience. I had rotating core audience, and I think all of you people, all of my friends here, you know, Ryan and Joel, Michael, Wayne, Bob, Josh, Lara Bug, you guys are all like post all of that, and so I think if I tried it now, I could get more interest. So we'll probably bring that stuff back. But Friend Fridays is what they used to be called. Was you could send me anything, pictures, video clips, fan mail, whatever, and I would share it on Fridays. So we might bring that back. We will bring that back. Lots and lots and lots about family loss. Thank you guys all for your kind thoughts and words about my family. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. I really wanted to tell you guys about it last week, but I couldn't. And that was really hard to hold in. So I leaned a lot on my kids and my video games to keep me through that. What I have, okay, this is from PX David, or PDX David. I like seemingly random the topics, projects, etc. Like the Zelda shield, the soundboard, show off that kind of stuff. I do want to do more builds, and I think I will be doing more of that more often. Commenting on interesting comments from the previous videos can be entertaining sometimes. I completely agree with you, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of try to wrap that up into the previous comment about trying to do a recap show. I would like to do that. Philip DeFranco does that, for instance. Andrew says, I don't comment or interact hardly at all. The main reason is I don't tend to interact regularly on YouTube, so I'm simply not in the habit of leaving comments. I don't subscribe to any channels, and I've pretty much only liked or commented on videos as a show of support. Thank you, Andrew. I really do appreciate you. I feel very confident saying it's easy for people to be pure consumers on the internet without providing any meaningful feedback to creators. I completely agree with you, and I'm one of those people. I subscribe to like 100 channels. I watch probably, there's probably at least 6 creators that do daily content that I watch, and I might comment on 2% of their videos. So I'm personally guilty. I've learned to do things for my own enjoyment and share them as a natural extension to creating something. Yes, I think that's what I'm definitely going to do. This comment's huge, so I'm just going to read it later. Sorry, Andrew. KM says, a variety show might be good. All the things you listed as focus could be for a day. So again, another semi-regular schedule I might get back to. Coma. I wouldn't say it's the best of the way it is, but I really enjoy the show this way. Still, of course, I don't mind you experimenting with new plans or things. So I understand this need for a bit of change, wanting a bit of change sometimes. Don't feel weird for asking. Thank you, Coma. I really do. I really do appreciate your comments always, especially knowing that you're not native English and you know, a different world perspective. I love that. Levi, with respect to the show, I like the idea of them theming at least a couple of days of the week. That can make it tough. You don't have to be consistent content for that theme. Yeah. And a specific day for interaction. See, you guys. So, all right, I'm just going to, and Cage Creation says more build videos. Yes, I know. I want to do more of those. So, it seems like everybody wants all the stuff that I attempted in the past and failed at. So, I'm going to rewind the clock mentally a little bit, do a little bit more thinking about it this weekend, and I think we're going to bring back like the fan interaction. That'll be probably the Friday show if you want to send me stuff. And I'll plug those things throughout the week also. That was part of the reason why that stuff failed in the past. Was because I really didn't plug it often enough. Like the t-shirts. If you didn't know, I sell t-shirts on thedailyshed.com. They're $15. I don't plug stuff. And so it just kind of falls away because if I'm not hitting you every day with it, it just falls through the cracks. So I think that's the thing that I need to do is be more proactive in asking, because when I ask, you guys respond heavily. And that's super awesome. So, this video is long. I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so freaking much for all the love and support. I just can't. I can't even. You guys are amazing. So we're going to bring back some of the old stuff and try out some new stuff. But it's never going to be a show that's about one particular topic, because I'm not ever going to be about one particular topic. So don't expect huge change. Just expect Chevee being a little bit more formal. Thank you guys, as always, for being here, liking, commenting, subscribing. I do very much love you, and I will see you on Monday.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from space.com. How long would it take to get to Mars traveling at the speed of light? The speed of light is approximately 186,282 miles per second. Therefore, a light shining from the surface of Mars would take the following amount of time to reach Earth or vice versa. Closest approach, 182 seconds. Just over 3 minutes.